All right, we are back now with breaking news. The Justice Department issuing 40 subpoenas in connection with investigations to former President Trump and his associates surrounding the January 6th riot and the efforts to overturn the 2020 election. That, according to two people familiar with the matter. I want to bring in NBC News Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Delaney. And Ken, I'm just looking at this for the first time. So I guess the first question has to be, what more do we know about these subpoenas, both who received them and what they were seeking?
Good evening, Tom. We are working on answering those questions right now. We have calls out to a lot of different people in Trump world. This was first reported by the New York Times, and it represents a significant escalation into this wide-ranging set of Justice Department probes. So we're talking about people involved in the effort to, as they put it, investigate the fraud. That was the role of, for example, former Commissioner Bernard Kerik, who was advising the Trump campaign in their efforts to overturn the election. His lawyer confirmed to me and to others that he received a subpoena last week for both documents and his testimony. And that lawyer, Timothy Parlatore, also represents Donald Trump in this investigation. He was rather critical of the Justice Department engaging in what he called a fishing expedition. And he said he was aware that a number of subpoenas have gone out. We're told it's around 40 to various different people inside of Trump world, associates of Donald Trump, people who also worked on fundraising opportunities around the January 6th, post-January 6th situation, and also those associated with the Stop the Steal movement that led up to the January 6th riot. So a sprawling, far-reaching, significant escalation in this Justice Department probe that is running parallel with the investigation that they are also doing into this Trump situation with the documents at Mar-a-Lago, Tom.
Ken, so if we can take a step back, but still focus on this breaking news now. I hear that number, 40 subpoenas. Can you walk our viewers through how unusual this is?
I mean, it's not unprecedented. I mean, the federal government does large grand jury investigations all the time. But for an investigation, this is not like a multiple defendant investigation, as far as we know. The subject appears to be Donald Trump and maybe a handful of people around him. So it is a pretty substantial investigative effort. They are, as the lawyer I talked to told me tonight, the subpoena was for anything and anyone associated with the Trump campaign and almost anything they knew about it. He was describing it as a broad effort. You know, defense lawyers tend to impugn what the Justice Department is doing, but I take it from what he was saying that this is a really broad effort to sort of gather information about various strands of Donald Trump's efforts to overturn the election, about the actions leading up to January 6th, and about the effort to raise money to fund the January 6th Stop the Steal movement. So it's a pretty significant escalation, and we're getting close to an election, so it suggests that the Justice Department does not feel impeded by its traditional policy of not taking action too close to an election. After all, Donald Trump is not on the ballot this fall. There have been real questions about whether the DOJ would apply that policy, that tradition, and it appears that at least this week they're not doing that. These are grand jury subpoenas to Trump associates to come and testify, and they are mandatory, Tom.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.